Hi everyone, this is Donnie. This is my very first video, and I'm going to show you how I feed my sourdough today, because it just happens to be that day and I figure I got to start somewhere if I'm going to actually try this out. And the reason I'm thinking about starting videos or a channel is I have a friend who has been telling me I should, because I have this old cookbook, and she thinks I should go through and just make every recipe in it, which probably could be pretty entertaining. You know, Jello molds and stuff like that. But today we're just going to feed my sourdough starters. I already took them out of the refrigerator and got them to room temperature. So let's get started. All right, my sourdough starters are named Sally and Hieronymus. And my husband named this one. So I basically call them Harry and Sally. And I only bake once in a while. Oh no, and I think I have a problem with Sally. And yeah, see, I think I got a problem with Sally. I don't know if that's salvageable or not. But I just started this in June. And so she doesn't smell bad. But she doesn't look good either. I'm starting to get a little concerned on both of them. Normally there would just be that little bit of oil or water on the top like that they call hooch, and I would just get that out. But I just washed these containers and put them back in here. I have a secondary container I go back and forth between, so I can have them somewhere while I wash these containers. And this has just happened, so that's a little concerning. I think I'll throw this in the trash. Yuck. But the rest of her looks okay, so I might just take her and put her back in her other one and get this one cleaned out again. Oh, I do have a ponytail holder around here somewhere. Where did I put that? Good question, Bonnie. Here's their other containers. So here's Sally, and here is Harry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just put Sally's other jar on here and turn this on so it shows 0. Hopefully you guys can see this. Maybe I'll turn it this way. Better, can you see it? And then I was gonna discard half of it anyway, so I will just only put half of it in. And actually, I know how much these jars weigh, so I'm gonna cancel that out, put that on there. They weigh 717, so 221 minus 717 would be 202, 243, somewhere in there. I don't know. So let's just put Sally back on here, and we'll just put like 50. Let's just put 50 grams of Sally in there, because I'm still a little concerned why this did this. On one of the other channels I actually watch. I just heard the other day I'm not supposed to use metal. So maybe that's part of it. Let's keep going. Let's get, maybe we'll just keep 100. Oh. Yeah, so half of 200, right? Am I doing math correctly, people? I have to have a pen and paper. 17, 18, 19 plus 5, so that would be right about half, right there. Perfect. And I'm not going to bore you with Hieronymus. I do the same for both. So I just put half in. You can see she looks good. And she smells good. So I'm not quite sure what that problem is. And need to get another spoon. So since I am just waking her back up from the refrigerator, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that out again. And I'm going to do, it's the most important thing is not how much starter you start with, it's how much that you put in equal water and equal flour. And I use King Arthur all-purpose flour. One of these days I might do an experiment on all the different kinds of flours and see how that works. I'm just cheap and a scaredy cat. I don't want to waste money on flours that don't work or my time. So I just stick with this because it's got the highest protein in it. So we're just going to put, so she had 102 already. So I'm going to put 60 grams of flour in here. And I like to do the flour first. Well, it doesn't really matter. Just as long as I can stick my spoon back in there and dig it out if I need to. And I am incredibly silly, basically, I think, to get exactly to the percentage. As long as they're the same, it's not going to matter that much. Or even if it's close. If it's 60.2 grams of flour and 60.6 grams of water, it's not gonna hurt anything. I know people say that you have to be so exact on this, but it's not exactly true. So then I take the water, well, see, it's 60.1 now, and pour it in a little bit at a time. And then once I get close to 58, 59, something in there, I'll use the spoon, to make it be almost exact. Or as exact as I can get it. For my, look how close I am. So good. And that does have a little bit on the back. So there, I'm exact. Yay me. And then, again, I guess I'm not supposed to be using metal, so I need to order some non-metals. Then I just stir it up. Really good. Almost looks like a paste. I don't know if you guys can see that very good. Hopefully you can. Scrape down the sides as best I can so I can just kind of see where the top of it is. I don't use a rubber band. A lot of people do. And my fingers were clean, so I just usually go like this and get it all back in there. And then whatever, and she's close enough. But I kind of have the name plate where the top is. So I'll know that when she doubles, she'll be right about up here. So, and then that means she's ready. Since it's been in the fridge for, a week or more, it might take 2 or 3 feedings to get her back to full, because she might just go up to here and then die, and then up to here and then die, or whatever. So I just kind of keep watch on it and feed her every 12 to 24 hours until, and it usually only takes 1 or 2 feedings. I've been doing this since June, and I was keeping it out all the time, but there's only 2 of us, so we can't eat that much bread, and I can't afford to give away that much bread. So, so we'll probably be making bread tomorrow. All right, so on the other one, I think I kind of didn't have this set up very well. So I'm going to try again. And this is Hieronymus. So I'm going to put him, I'm going to put about 100 grams of him in this clean jar. I don't change jars every single time, but since that other one, was had an issue with Sally, I decided I would. So there's what, 103.3 for Hieronymus. So I'm gonna do just feed him 60-60 again. And like I said before, it doesn't matter if you do the water, or the flour first. It's easier, it's harder to control the water. So if you want to go over and be more exact than with the flour, it's easier that way. It doesn't really matter which way you do it. Just as long as they're pretty much the same. So 61.4 of water. And I spill all over the place. Oh, here comes my doggy. Well, let's keep going. And so I just kind of pile it up. So if I get too much, I can go back in and pull some out. Still not enough. 60. And we'll give a little more, so it's 61.4. Come on, people. See what I mean? It's a little bit ridiculous to try to get it exact. I don't know why I do this, but I do. 61.4, woohoo! That's why, I guess, so I can say woohoo! And then, let me get that fork back again, washed off. And then, mix him up. This one's Harry. I have given my friends some starters, 2 different ones, and both of them did really well with feeding and making bread. The first one, I think she just is too busy to do much of it anymore. But I'm like, I usually then do half of Sally and half of Harry. And then, or, you know, like 25 grams of Sally, 25 grams of Harry, and then feed them so they're ready and ripe to go. Oops, sorry about that. Quinny, please be quiet. Quinny, thank you. Good boy, thank you. Oops, I don't think he likes this noise. But anyways, that's just life in my videos because they're always going to be here. So anyway, but I don't think Harry and Sally ever had babies. So it's a little concerning that I don't know what they should name it. Their starter. Hopefully they can name them whatever they want. Okay, then I bought these little covers online, which I'm loving because when you make bread, you use a ton of saran wrap, parchment paper, whatever, all that kind of stuff. So if you're going to do it a lot and keep doing it, and since I've been doing it for over 6 months, I'm now investing in like the Banton bags and the reusable covers and stuff like that. So now we're going to go ahead and put them in the oven. I put this little thermometer in here. Our house is freezing cold. My husband likes to keep it at around 62 degrees. So right now, Sally's right at 74. Hieronymus is at 71 and rising. So I just keep them in here with the light on. And keep an eye on them, and I just use this to prop the door open. When I didn't keep the door propped open, it got way too hot. So they need the light on. They need to be in the oven with the light on at my house. They need to be in the oven with the light on, but the door propped open so they don't get too hot. They got up to like 80 or 90 degrees with just the light on if the door wasn't open. But now they stay right around 75. All right, so that is it. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll be making some bread. If not, we might make some discard recipes because I have some discard in the fridge. I've done crackers, pasta, pizza dough, cinnamon rolls, really good English muffins, pretzel bites. So if we can't make bread, maybe we'll make something else. And then eventually I'll start on this little cookbook over here that my friend keeps bothering me about. Thanks and have a great day.